Hello children, I'm Mr. Small, and here I am with Small Chalk Talk 1.4, rewriting literal equations. So what we're going to do here is something a little bit interesting. I'm going to give you a simple example and kind of talk to you about what we're going to do. Then we're going to do two somewhat less simple examples. Rewriting literal equations just means like these formulas that you really like, you know, from back in when you were little, and you go, oh look, area equals length times width. That's a rectangle, and you thought you were real smart, and they would give you the length and the width, and you would multiply and find the area. Well, that's easy. Sometimes you don't, it's just not that easy. Sometimes you get the length and the area, and you have to find the width. So what you'll do is, in your mind, you go, okay, I got the area, so let's say it's 50, I don't know, feet squared, and you get the width, and it's, oh, I don't know, 10 feet, and then you're left with the length. Well, in your mind, you go, okay, I know what to do. 50 divided by 10, and my length is 5. Yeah, that's great. You can do that. Something else that you can do that leads into another skill later is you can rewrite this formula to solve for what you're missing. So if we say we're missing L, what we could do is just use what we know about inverse operations. I can divide by W, any number divided by itself is the number 1. So make 1, and we have area divided by width is equal to length. That's all we're doing. So we're practicing rewriting formulas to solve for the variable that we need or want. It's a skill that we're not going to test too much on in the first test, but you will need to know it later. So, a little more complex example right here. Temperature. I love temperature. I love when it's 70 degrees. It's nice and cool. I don't like when it's real hot. I don't like when it's real cold. But you know, we can't really pick and choose, you know. Yesterday it was really hot. We're going to try to solve for F. We've got this written so that if I have a temperature in Celsius, you can convert it. Anymore, you just need to do this. Boink, 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 and you can find it. So this is kind of becoming obsolete. You can look up that word later if you want. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to find F by, oh my gosh, Mr. Confair. I gotta rewrite this to find F. Okay, so pay attention to me. What we're going to do is we're going to distribute first 5/9 F minus, oh snaps, this is going to get tough. So I'm going to get my calculator. This is 32 times 5 is 160. So what I'm going to do is 160 over 9. I'm just going to leave it. 160 over 9. Okay, what I did is just did 5 times 32. At this point then, what I have is I'm going to try to get F, again, F by itself. So I can just take away, or I can make 0 here. So I'm going to make 0 by adding the crazy fraction, 160 over 9, boink, boink. Okay, I've got C plus 160 over 9 equals 5/9 F. Now at this point I'm going to kind of transfer over here for a second. This is getting, I know it's a little bit confusing. Our goal is ultimately to find F by itself. So I have C plus 60 over 9 equals 5/9 F. To get F by itself here, what I'm going to do is actually multiply by the reciprocal, which does the same thing as dividing. And I'm going to do that to the whole side here. So eventually I am left with 9/5 times C plus 160 over 9 is equal to F. Again, the point is to rewrite the formula for the variable that you are trying to find. One more simple example to end the day, so you're not like, oh my gosh, that's kind of crazy. If I give you your favorite formula for the area of a triangle, which would be your only formula for the area of a triangle, because there's only one, and I want to find H, okay, what I can do is inverse operations, do the reciprocal of 1/2 to both sides. I have 2A is equal to B times H, And since this means multiplication, 5 by b, and I'm left with 2a, 2 times the area divided by the base is equal to the height. That's what we're trying to do, and we'll be practicing more tomorrow. Have a nice evening.